What up? What up? What up? It's Coach Vontae Anthony. I'm back with another one, and this one is how to overcome any addiction. We got the Siggies right here. So first things first, you want to overcome anything, you have to find awareness. All right. How could you ever know you have a problem if you're not aware that you have a problem? All right. I was addicted to smoking weed for 15 years, guys. I had to smoke before I did any activity. I had to smoke before I ate. It was that bad. I never knew I had a problem or I was addicted until it was time to stop. I became aware that anything that you can't let go of, it's your master. Anything you can't quit, it has control over you. So, what in your life controls you? If you don't become aware of that, you'll never open the gate to liberation, freedom. We got the hospital right here. You know what happens if you don't quit, bruh? How deadly is your addiction? It could get that bad. So let's say you don't quit. Let's say your addiction drags on. Will your family still admire you? Would your health still be fine? Would you still have a job? Would you still have friends? Can you still find love if you keep continuing on your addiction? Would you still be happy? Who would you really be inside if you continue with your addiction? Now, that said, and you had some time to process that. Are you ready? You ready? I'm ready. Hey, I'm 3 weeks, no cigarettes, so I'm a year. I'm almost 2 years, no weed. I have a little drink occasionally when I go out, but I'm good. I'm celibate. Back on that journey. I used to be addicted to women, sex, PMO. Yeah. Addiction is easy. Let me tell you something. You cannot fight addiction, anything, unless you have God involved. If you don't have God involved, you're just gonna think this is all worthless. Like, no, you're supposed to overcome everything, 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 and God can help you. You can't do it alone because the devil enters thoughts. So if you ain't prayed up and swear it up, how you gonna fight those thoughts? How you gonna distinguish those thoughts? You never will. So the chains we breaking free from, you know. So step one, time to get serious. Set your quit date. All right. So you're going to stop naturally. So carry on as usual until then. Avoid cutting down beforehand because reducing your addiction often makes it seem more valuable rather than less. Setting a quit date helps you get better prepared mentally and physically to stop on that day that you choose. As you approach your quit date, prepare for the last time doing the drug, the last time having a drink, or whatever it is that holds you back. Understand that this is going to be a huge milestone for you in your journey of quitting. It's important to remember that setting a quitting day is about making a commitment to end it without giving up. Once you set that day, locked in. There's no excuses, no. You need to stand on your word. I set my quit date and that was my last day. There was no more. There was no one. No, that's it. Cigarettes are terrible. Step two, looking forward. Remember, you're not giving anything up by quitting smoking, drinking, drugs, whatever it is you're addicted to. Your addiction provides you no genuine pleasure. It only supports you being addicted. So you have to focus on the positivity that comes from quitting, right? When I quit cigarettes, like I just added 30 more years back to my life. I don't stink no more. You know what I mean? My lips aren't black. I'm not wasting money. You know what I mean? So whatever it is addiction that you're quitting, what is the positive side? Will you get enhanced confidence, self-respect? Will your family love you more? Right? Your health is always one thing when you quit something, right? That you gain. So quitting your addiction brings significant health benefits, reduce heart failure, reduce kidney failure, proper brain function. You need to embrace the idea of being free. You're gaining freedom from a harmful addiction that kills people. Literally. Y'all know I got my diet soda. Come on now. it, it's day 3 of the cut, so I love soda. I'm addicted to soda. I mean, was step 3, have a final dance. You're going to give up your addiction now. You better make a solemn vow. Make a solemn vow. I put this ring on my ring finger, right, to trick myself that I'm married to a sober me. When this comes off, I go around cheat with some addictions and go back to my old ways. But as this on, I have the power to be sober. I put it on this ringer specifically. I'm not engaged. I'm not married. But I put on this to let myself know that I love myself enough to not go back to that. All right. So what's your solemn vow? In fact, there is nothing that you're giving up. You're getting rid of something. So have your final drink, have your final cigarette, line of coke, injection of meth, whatever it is that you do. And after you do that, make that solemn vow that you're going to remain clean and stay clean. This decision will be one of the most important decisions of your life and one of the most beautiful ones you've ever made. Right? This directly impacts your future, your health, and your quality of life. So once you commit to quitting, don't question, don't doubt your choices, don't think, am I doing the right thing? By quitting anything that's terrible, you're always doing the right thing. Always. All right. So, where we at? Be cool about your withdrawals and your symptoms because they will come, but be cool about it. Don't stress it out. Step 4. The physical withdrawal is very slight and passes quickly. You've been programmed to think that withdrawals take 3 weeks, 4 weeks. No, it takes a couple days. Your body's that advanced. Your body will continue to withdraw from the addiction for a few days, but that doesn't mean you have to be miserable or crave the addiction. Your body will adjust as it removes the substance from it. But you don't have to suffer. You see, the physical withdrawals is slight, temporary, and a little unpleasant. You might feel a little irritable, a little angry, you know, but it's okay. You can handle it. Try not eating for a couple of days. That's worse than feeling like that. But the feeling is unpleasant. The mental association with smoking, drinking, the drugs, rather than the drug itself that you experience is not that. So you're not experience the withdrawal from it. You're just experience the elimination of it. Okay? That's all. You'll feel a little weird, but just stick through it. You guys stick through it. Huh? Don't be weak. Right? Don't be weak. If I can overcome anything, you can too. You can. I have an addictive personality. Most of us do too. But you gotta be willing to say, yo, enough's a fucking enough. Enough's enough. I was addicted to being lazy. I've been on surgery, so there's been times where I've been 6, 8 months out just laying down. You get used to that. You get used to that. So I every time I'm laying down too much, I gotta get up. All right, all right, all right, all right. And sometimes I overwork myself, but no, you guys can fight any addiction, bro. Your body's gonna change, okay? It's gonna feel weird, but you can do it. Be strong. Have God. Pray. Okay? Socialize is norm. You don't have to lock yourself in a fucking cave. Step 5. You won't be craving your addiction, so it's no need to avoid others who indulge in the thing that you're trying to quit. You don't have to avoid them. Do not try to avoid your social life because the fear of relapsing. Do not envy those who indulge, smoke cigarettes, drink, or do the things that you're trying to quit. Don't envy them. You have to feel pity for them. Like you have to feel bad for them, seriously, because they're addicted to something that you're quitting. And think about how hard it was for you to start to quit, to even get the idea of quitting. They haven't even had that idea yet. That's why they're still doing it. So you feel pity for them, right? You don't envy them. You feel bad. Like it's really sad. Once you quit something, you see somebody still doing it, you're like, damn, I used to be like that. Crazy. Crazy. All my homies smoke weed still. I just be like, I can't even say nothing. I just feel bad. Like, dog, you guys are a few. You guys used to be athletes, disciplined, in all different aspects. But now that that's over, you quit. You can't fight weed. It's sad. I really feel bad for them. And if they watching this, I don't care. You're addicted. I'm not. Okay. So you feel pity for them. They will soon envy you, wishing that they could quit, wishing that they had your strength, wishing that they had your willpower once you quit. They're just a slave just like you were. So remember, it's not you being deprived, it's them being those poor smokers, poor drinkers, poor drug users. They are being deprived from health. They're being deprived from energy, money, respect from their family, peace of mind, freedom. So get out that mindset of thinking, oh, they're gonna have fun still doing the thing. No, they're miserable inside. And soon that doctor's gonna come. Hello, Mr. So and so. It seems like your lungs are failing. Your brain is deteriorating. Kidney failure. When you 30 years later, you quit. So the doctor ain't calling you. You took care of yourself. Right? So get out of that mindset, okay? Time addicts. Come on now. Addiction takes up so much time. Think about your addiction differently, okay? Step 6. Don't try to not think about your addiction. That doesn't work. If I say don't think about a brick wall, you most likely think about a brick wall. Okay. So just to make sure whenever you're thinking about your addiction, you're not thinking, damn, I want to drink. Damn, I want to smoke. Damn, I want to do drugs. You're thinking, isn't it beautiful how I quit drinking? Isn't it wonderful how I quit smoking? Yay, I'm a non drinker. Yay, I'm a non smoker. Yay, I don't do drugs no more. You have to implement positive self talk when it comes to those thoughts. Okay. You're not missing out. You're gaining something. Okay. So you say, yes, I don't smoke no more. Ew, look at those smokers. You really do. You really like segregate yourself from the people that do that stuff, and you are better than them because they're addicted still. So always implement positive self-talk. Stop thinking about the addiction as a loss, but it's more of a gain. Okay, you can think about it all you like and still be happy because you quit. There is no such thing as just one more, right? Because when you're about to quit, you're like, one more. You're like, one more, just one last one. Is it truly ever just one last one? Is it? It took, you know how long it took me to try to quit cigarettes? I'd be like, all right, this is my last day. All right, this is my last. It took me 2 weeks to actually stop and quit. 2 weeks. There is no such thing as one more. When you're addicted, there is no such thing as one more. This is how it has to be your final one. That's it. No more BS and no more. No, that's it. It can be addiction to soda. It can be addiction to sweets. It can be addiction to whatever it is, movies, scrolling, whatever it is. Everyone has an addiction to something. It's about what is it you're addicted to. There is no more last one, too. There never is. You have to be done right then and right now. Okay? So the next or last time is a continuation of a problem, not the solution of it. Understand the next time you do it momentarily relieves discomfort. It's just caused by the previous time, right? So when you smoke a cigarette, you're like, I feel relieved. But it just relieved you from the last time that you did it. Your anxiety, your depression, whatever it is you're running from is still there. That's how addiction works. The more you experience the effect, the more you're convinced that you believe that the substance or action is solving the problem rather than causing it. Never be fooled into thinking you can have one more smoke, one more drink just to be social, to get through the moment. Okay? You don't need that to be social or get through the moment. Right? Because your whole childhood, I'm sure you went without whatever substance it is that you're addicted to it, and you got through your childhood nice and fine, right? You didn't have to go to school and to be socialized and need it, right? Most of you didn't, so it's just a lie that you tell yourself. Okay, it's a feedback loop. Don't fall into that. Never thinks in terms of one more. Always be disgusted of the last time. Ew, you did. Ugh, it's nasty. It's disgusting. It's killing you. Okay. This stops you from going down a lifetime chain in a downward spiral. Remember, there is no such thing as one more, guys. I could tell you for real. And I feel amazing. I feel amazing. Brain rot. The addiction will rot your brain, literally. Avoid substitutes. Step 8. Nicotine patches, gums, nasal sprays, e-cigs, vapes. You know, if you're a drinker, you drink beer, right? You go down to wine, you go down to champagne. Bro, this is all just a lie. It's all just a lie. You think you're going to something healthier, right? Something lesser of what's destroying you, but that's just a lie. It's like a fire going on in the house, right? And you're using water hose, and you're like, you know what? I'm not gonna use a water hose. Let me just use this cup of water to put the fire out instead of the water hose. It makes no sense, right? So don't go for substitutes. Don't go for a lesser version of what you're addicted to. Just quit altogether. That makes no sense. Okay, do not ever use any substitutes. They all make it more difficult to quit. They perpetuate the illusion that you're making a sacrifice. See, your substitutes that contain nicotine or replacement therapy, they're always unhelpful. They always just keep your addiction alive. It's like convincing a heroin addict to stop smoking out of foil and just to inject himself instead. The best way to quit is to completely quit. No alternatives, no substitutes. Just quit. That's it. Just ditch the addiction. All right. Step 9. You're already a non addict. You need to become aware and tell yourself and your new identity that you're a non addict, non smoker, non drinker, non drug user, non PMO, or non whatever it is you're addicted to. You're a non that. That needs to become your new identity. Okay. So no keeping an extra stash, no keeping another cigarette, an extra drink hidden, none of that. Don't keep anything in case of an emergency. Non-addicts don't need that. Don't be weak. Don't be addicted. You're already a non-addict. So put all your final uses into that one drink, that one cigarette, and then that's it. You're a non-addict. In fact, you need to enjoy the many joys of being free. Okay, once you quit your addiction, you can literally do anything. Everything else seems easy to do once you quit your addiction. Like life becomes so much better. Everything starts to be clear. Like once you quit, you can literally do anything. You need to find a joy in new distractions, right? New passions, new pursuits, new hobbies, new interests. I quit cigarettes. I picked up books. I started working on myself more, doing diets more. Like I have a newfound purpose. Before I couldn't speak like how I wanted to speak. Nobody would believe me because I'm fighting the addiction inside that I want to quit and I can't quit. Now I have that discernment in my voice, in my aura, in my character, right? You don't see no bluffing, no playing around. No, there's no more shame that emulates from my body, right? Like, how are you supposed to have a communion with God when you're distracted by the devil's vices? How are you ever supposed to hear God if you were distracted by the devil's vices? These things are man made. Anything man made is devilish, right? It doesn't come from the earth, it's not natural. God is the natural, right? If it was good for you, you wouldn't be addicted to it. If it was good for you. Okay, so you finally get to stop being a slave. You get to be free. Enjoy your freedom. The final step: live a non addict free life and be on guard all times. See, keep the word of God with you. Keep your shield, keep your sword, keep that aura, keep your helmet, keep keep your boots. Because the minute that you slip, the minute that you really think that you defeated it, is when those whispers will come back, right? And they usually come late at night. They come when you're bored. They come when you're stressed. See, the devil can never take you on when you are fully strengthened. He only takes you on when you are weak and when you are vulnerable. Such a such a coward move, right? When you're weak, when you're vulnerable. And I'm preaching God because most of you guys might not believe in a higher source, but I believe in. He got me through it, and he can get you through it. It's never too late to be saved. You cannot fight this addiction alone. This is what I'm trying to tell you. You need a higher source. You need God to help you fight this. Because your addiction is rewired into your brain. Before this, you weren't even aware of it. So, if your brain ever gets bored or starts to play tricks on you, saying just one more time, the one question you need to ask yourself is, do I do my bad habit again now because I want to? Do I really want to fall behind in life? Do I really want to ruin my life? Another good question to ask yourself is, would I like my future kids or my kids to be addicted to this same substance? There should always be a no, right? That's a huge no, okay? Because you hated yourself when you were a slave to a drug or drink or action. You should take pride and pleasure in being free, in being holy, in being a non addict. You should take pride in that. So, congratulations on your last day of being a slave to your addictions. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. I'm Coach Vontae Anthony. If you need help getting through an addiction, please feel free to contact me. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not trying to get anything from you. I'm trying to help you. The world is addicted to everything, something. And it's never been easier to win in life once you beat your addictions. All my friends smoke weed. All my friends drink. All my friends do drugs. I don't do any of that. And I feel better than them. I don't care if they have a bigger house, a bigger car, more money, this and that. Because spiritually, I'm inclined.